Hi, this is Sarah. I'm making this video for my clients. I'm going to be doing a root retouch tutorial. So I have Chloe here with me. I'm in my bathroom at home, which I never do hair in. Actually, I did cut my husband's hair in the bathroom the other day. But anyhow, what I'm going to start with is what I basically have been giving all of my clients. And that is my mixing bowl. That's Chloe. My mixing bowl, my cup of developer, my cup of hair color, which will be labeled like one and two usually. And I have my brush. Chloe, can I see the brush to show the people? My mixing brush. I have a pair of gloves. And what I've done prior to starting the video was I put on a dark colored bra and a dark colored shirt that I don't care about. If I get color on it, it doesn't worry me at all. Then I took a towel and I covered my vanity, and I actually have white rugs on my floor. So what I did is I took up those white rugs so that any of my hair color wouldn't get on that. My first step, you can use clips if you want to. In the front of my hair, I'm not going to use clips, but I'll show you how to do it as well.
And
It's not a 3-marker challenge. Chloe. So, actually, I'm not going to put my gloves on first. I sometimes do this at work as well. I am going to take just some hand cream because we're at home and we don't have all our special stuff. And put some on the back of my hand. And what I'm going to do is just use this to protect my skin. So, it's so weird doing it in my phone. I'm going to do it over here. I want to put it on my skin, but not into my hairline, because I don't want it to not allow the color to get into my hair. And as a added bonus for today, I've been blonde for a really long time, and I am going to color my roots dark. It'll be super fun for everybody to see afterwards because I'm mostly blonde. I probably am going to do my ends dark too at some point, but I'm going to start right now with my roots. So you're going to do it all around your face line. You can even do like a little bit on your neck, around the back of your neck. It doesn't have to be like crazy specific, but there you go.
Mommy.
So this is the color of my hair. I'll show you my lovely gray roots. They're pretty bad. Chloe is actually, she's in the bathroom, so she decided to go potty while we're doing this video. If you can hear her. So my roots are pretty gray. They're kind of bad. You can see them over here, especially. So I haven't been coloring my roots the last few times I've had highlights, so it's really crazy. All right, so I'm going to take my mixing bowl. I'm going to dump in my developer. And what I do to get it all out, my 3-year-old, what I do to get it all out is just kind of like scoop it around with a brush like that.
Mommy.
What, honey? You can't touch it, right? It's hair color. Okay. And the same with your color bowl, the little pod that has the color in it. This one I'm not dumping, I'm actually taking my brush and scooping it out.
And mix it.
And so I'm doing this.
Mix it
Get it all out with your color brush. And then when you do that, you can just wipe it on the side. Okay. You might want to have gloves on when you're doing this. I probably should have said that prior. You might want to have gloves on. I have done it so many times that I'm not using gloves.
Mommy,
But I will for application.
The top on really careful.
You put the top on for me? Thank you so much. So just gently at first, just with the tips of the brush, kind of swirl it around until it starts getting together. It looks like that now. Then I really want to get in there. Make sure it's completely mixed. And at that point, I mix it for 60 seconds because that really, really gets everything mixed together so the color starts working. Because what happens in hair color is the color mixes with the developer and it causes a chemical reaction that makes your hair have coverage. So if you were to just put straight color on your hair without developer, it wouldn't work. So now we have a nice little souffle
Mommy,
here.
can I see the
Sure,
color?
you can see it.
Pink.
It looks pink. Don't be scared by that. I always tell my clients, they're like, are you putting white hair color on me? No,
Mommy,
it's pink.
Papi.
Or it's not pink. Today is pink, but it's going to turn brown. I personally, for myself today, I did Schwarzkopf, and this one is a medium brown violet extra. So I wanted to have a little bit of like a purpley tinge to it. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, now my hair color bowl is down. If you wanted to, what you can do, definitely brush through your hair first. Chloe, do not touch that. Chloe, honey, you can watch from over here. Chloe, don't touch that. Definitely brush through all your hair really nicely. And I have Chloe here because there's people like, oh my goodness, I can't do this, I have kids. And guess what? I have kids too. You can do it. It's all for our beauty. Okay. So if you're going to be clipping your hair,
What's this? Mommy,
what you can do
Baby
is section your back part out if you want to. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can try to make it perfect if you want. Just I do it to about right behind the ear. Chloe, be nice to Mama.
That's this.
I see that. Can you go get me something, like a present? So what I will do with this section is I'll actually use a hair tie.
Is this hair color?
No, that's not hair color, honey.
So I can play with it?
Well, not really. It's my hair product. It's expensive. Don't play with it, please. Here, you can use this. Have some hand lotion. There you go.
Okay, this is not expensive.
Well, I'm sure it is expensive, but
Can
it's better than using my hair product. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so I always want to start right on the root, like on the part here. So what I'm going to do for myself, I'm going to show you first how I would do it if it was just a simple retouch. And I know some of my clients have simple retouches and some of them have more extended roots. So
Mom, look at my hand.
this is actually, I kind of part my hair kind of funky. Nice, now put it down and rub it in. I part my hair kind of funky, so you would want to just do that, and then your hand the opposite way.
Mommy, I need
And you want
a
to make sure there's enough
towel.
on there to cover. Here's a towel. You want to make sure there's enough on there to cover your root. As far as, let's see, I just swiped it across my head, but no big deal. I'll get that later. So then I'm going to like lift up the front of it a little bit.
Look, it's coming off.
Good, Chloe.
Down my back too.
I'm gonna go around my hairline.
Go
And I'm
back.
showing this mostly for my clients to be able to do themselves. I personally don't go around hairlines. I separate it from front to back, the whole section through when I do my clients. But doing it at home, I really want to make sure that you can get your hairline really good. Especially your temple areas.
Mom, I don't have one on top of my hand.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my comb and I'm gonna just part my hair simply back. You don't want your section to be too thick. Probably in general, this section might be a little too thick. I actually also don't have my contacts on, so I can't see it a lot. So you're using your gloves. And if you have any hair color on your gloves and you don't want to get it to your ends, wipe your gloves off in between. Okay. So I go right over that. If you're only I'm actually smoothing it down a little bit because I'm trying to cover all my blonde. If you're just doing your roots, you only need to do that.
Mom, I'm covering my hand back.
Wow, Chloe.
I'm using a lot.
So I've gotten to this part. I'm going to keep on going down towards my ear and see how much weight I have. So I'll get it covered really nicely. And just keep on dipping. You don't have to saturate your whole brush in it.
It's a different color.
Yeah, it's a different color glow. Okay, when I get down here, let's go a little bit towards my face and a little bit back as well.
Do you have a brush for me?
Not right at this second. I don't have a brush for you, Chloe. So I'm gonna go to my other section. Make sure I go back to my part.
How do you change colors? And her hair can be cookie.
Do the same thing on this side. So what I would suggest too is if you have a friend or a spouse or a sister or a kid who's home that you trust, you could have them do the back for you. It's going to be basically the same thing. If you have somebody else do the back for you, you can part down the middle and section down the middle of the back and section each hair, each side into a ponytail, and then start on one side and go all the way from the crown to the nape of the neck. I don't think my husband will do it for me, so I'm just going to do it myself, which for some might be a little scary, but if you're just doing a touch-up on yourself, it's not too bad. Although, when I get clients in that have done it themselves, there's usually huge patches missing. Not from falling out, but just like splotches of gray. I'm like, yeah, did you do this yourself? And they're like, oh, yeah, I had to get by. Just totally fine, I understand. But it's better and more exact when you let your stylist do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna part these sections. You don't need it to lay flat. You can let that have some airspace there. And since I'm doing such a dark color, take your handy dandy toilet paper.
I'm walking like
Wet it a little bit, just with water. And I'm just gonna take off.
Mom,
What? Don't get into my hair color bowl.
your hair colorable.
Yeah, don't get into it.
Your
I'm just gonna wipe these spots off before they really stain my skin. Just the big blotchy ones.
Mom,
Just make sure you don't wipe it off your root. And wipe it off your eye. Okay.
Mom,
Yes,
need a
Chloe.
towel for my hair.
Right there. The towel's right down there.
No, that's the dirty towel.
You already used it. Use that one. There's one in the closet. Go get one.
Then I'm working it on my pants.
Don't get hair color on your pants. I think she's pretending that her lotion is her hair color. Alrighty. So I'm dipping my brush again. I'm just gonna look at this myself in the mirror. Not necessarily look at the camera for a second. On the other side of this wall is Shay taking a tubby. I can hear every movement, so sorry if you guys hear it too. Alright, so I'm gonna undo my ponytail in the back. And I'm gonna freestyle this because I'm not sure exactly where I'm putting it. Although I've done this a billion times, it's probably easier for me than somebody else. But you definitely want to make sure you get like this top piece here. So lift that up, you can bring it forward right over the other hair.
Mommy,
Hopefully you can see what
Can
I'm
you
doing
do
here.
your hair color? Can you do my hair color?
Maybe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's kind of a weak piece. Hold on. There we go. So you can still see through it, so that's fine. You don't want it to be too thick to where you don't get your coverage. Trying to squat down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. And definitely not as neat as I do it at the salon, but we'll get there. So you're gonna take these pieces and try to go back all through your head, lifting up. You know, I'm taking big chunks, like just to show you. So lifting up, doing that, lifting up until you get the bottom, and I'll show you that in a sec. Okay, so that's how beautiful I am. I did the back of my hair. I have no idea what it looks like. I'm just showing you. I actually could find out what it looks like. Hold on. Oh, you can't even see. Cool. Okay, so I'll bring it up like this. And that's what I did to the back. I don't know how good of a job I did, but we'll check it out. See if it works. See if I got enough coverage. Okay, so depending on who you are and how difficult your grays are, I usually let color process sometimes 35 minutes. I usually, on people who are more resistant, I'll go on for 45 minutes. And people who are really resistant, I might do up to 55 minutes. So I'm gonna let mine process, and I might put a glaze on my ends in the meantime. But if I do, I'm gonna wait 15 minutes and then I'm gonna put it on. So I will be back. Okay, so I decided to do my glaze. I usually do my clients' glazes in the sink with a bottle, with bottle basically. Sometimes if I'm going to do like an ends refresher, I'll do it with bowl and brush. Personally for me, because I can't do a bottle on my own hair, I just don't like to, I'm going to use a bowl and a brush. So what I'll do section by section, I'll put a little bit more than you would for a root touch-up. And I did drag some of my color through just because I'm doing a new color, not a retouch on my own hair. So I'm just going to kind of color melt this into my hair. My glaze. So we'll take each section. I'll start near this area and work down. Generally, if I'm giving you your formula, you are going to be color matching anyway. You're not going to be doing anything crazy. So it should be the same color on your root as it is on your ends or close to it. I did not do that with a lot of people because they don't really need it at this moment. And it's hard enough just doing your own retouch. I didn't want to put that on you as non-professionals. So I'm just going to try and get it in mostly as I can. I usually, with my clients as well, I massage it through the hair. So that's what I'm doing to myself. So I'll take that and I'll just flip it over. Try and take smaller sections so that the glaze can penetrate all the way through. And if that bothers you, that your hair might flip over like that, just take a clip it out of the way. Shay needs my help. So I'm going to just do this all through my hair and let that process for another 15 minutes. Some people only need it to process for 5, but I'm going to do 15 on my hair. And I'll be back. Okay, so I did my ends, I looped them up for myself, and I am going to go shampoo Chloe's hair because she's in the bathtub, and then I'll rinse my own hair. All right, here it goes. Good luck to me. Okay, so what I did was I just flipped my head over in the bathtub, being careful not to get it in my eyes, and I rinsed. And then after I rinsed it, I shampooed really nicely, nice into my scalp, more than you would just a normal shampoo. Make sure that your scalp is free of all of the hair color. After I did that, I rinsed that. I applied a hair mask and I let that set on my hair for about 5 minutes, and then I rinsed that over the tub again. Made sure that when the water ran out, it was clear. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna style and you'll see the finished result.